What time is it?
Xag Sameach.
It is my privilege to welcome you to Hanukkah lighting here from the great Texas capital. First night of Hanukkah,
Can you see, girls?
5780 on the Jewish calendar, 2019. And always, I do want to thank those who helped us today. Texas Menorah, Governor's Office, Dr. Lion, DPS, and the to recognize Moses Leviton, and Daniel Texas, CEO of the Foundation, as well as, of course, the governor of the great state of Texas, We are gathered here today to commemorate the triumph of the few over the many, the weak over the strong, and the victory of light over darkness. To start off this wonderful celebration, opens the holiday of Hanukkah here in Texas, I'd like to ask for Daniel Texas, the CEO of Shalom Office, to share a few words. Another thank you to the 11 o'clock family who do so much for our community. But give them a round of applause. Organizing this opportunity to reach God, coming together as a community, together united again to be here with us in our community. Hanukkah is a time that takes place as we know. It's supposed to be a little colder than it is here in Texas, and we appreciate the weather compared to some of the people that are experiencing very, very cold weather and some inclement weather in general. But it's a time that comes when you don't see as much light in the world, there's much light coming from the sun. It's a time that the candles light our spirits during this time, especially after all the events that are going on in the world. The Hanukkah, the lights that we begin lighting tonight, this evening at this moment, let it be a reminder that we need to rededicate ourselves to showing light to the world and bringing light to the world. And let us remember all the wonderful light that is already in our lives. All of you who are here today, the family members, the children, my own son Ari and my wife and 2 kids are also here. That through light and bringing light to the world, we will make this world a better place. Let's pray on that note. Let us say, Amen. It was 2,184 years ago. It was 139 BCE. And after these famous and desecrated temple. The temple hadn't been desecrated for very long. It had been a Jewish state for many years. And what happened? Outside influence came into this beautiful country, the homeland of the Jewish people, and moved into the temple and began to influence. And all the Jews embraced their traditions and their heritage. And initially it was relaxed, and with time it became more and more coercive. Eventually they enter into the temple. They walk into the temple and begin to destroy the temple. They make impure everything in the temple, including the oil. The oil which was used to light a menorah. Our menorah that we see here tonight has 8 branches, because the miracle is 8 days long. And they lived every day. And the Greek Assyrians knew this, and they went in there and they defiled everything for 2 years. The Maccabees revolted. They won back their homeland, they won back their heritage. They come back to the temple and they search for pure oil. There's none to be found. They don't know what to do. And searching, the first miracle happens. They find oil. A large jug of oil. Just enough for one man. A long, cold winter. And so they think to themselves, what should we do? Should we light the oil tonight? Or should we wait until fresh oil is procured? You know what I'm saying? stood there in the temple that first morning, what did they have to do? What did they have to do with those candles? They took them out. They didn't have to work for those days strict, as you always like to say. They took them out. Why? Because the way it worked in the temple was you had to light them up. And so it took tremendous skill for them to stand there, look at the light these candles, and not know which one was the owner of the worship. Take a list. And they lit those candles that evening, going into the second day, not knowing, is it going to be another miracle? Is it going to be another miracle happening tonight? Or is it just a fluke? Second morning they come back, the oil is still there. What do they have to do? The first is they have to put it out. Let's put it out. For 8 days they have to faith each day. Each day they went into the temple, knowing that the miracle might continue, and that they're going to have to risk their life. Tremendous thing. Faith that is lasting as an inspiration for us in the 2,000 years. We stand here today at a time, and as the Secretary said, there's a time in which the world is a confusing place. On the one hand, thank God, we're doing pretty well. Thank God the community is growing. Thank God Jews across the world are able to practice their Judaism, practice their heritage, happiness, health, family, and yet anti-Semitism is rearing its ugly head. Just a week ago, what happened? There was a shooting, there was an attack in New Jersey City. An act of pure hatred, an act of death. Murder. What is our response? How do we respond? Well, we look to each other, we hold each other dear, we hold each other close. But yet we must do more than that. We must actively search for ways to be better people, to take the lessons from the lights of Hanukkah. You see, tonight we're going to light one light. We're lighting one candle. As you can see, one candle, one torch at the top of the menorah. The other 7 are bulbs because they're not being lit as part of the ceremony. Tomorrow night, how many lights will we light? 2. Why 2? To do more, to grow. Each night of Hanukkah we want to grow. Each night of Hanukkah we want to create a bigger light, a bigger miracle. The first night we did 1, tomorrow night we're going to do 2, the next night we're going to do 3. And each night until we have a complete, full menorah, which represents a world full of goodness and full of happiness. And I would like to make a suggestion, a direct suggestion to each of us here today. To take this faith out of our hearts and into our hands. Take this faith out of your thoughts and prayers and feelings, which we always pray and send. Do something practical. What I mean is this. Designate in your home, in your office, at your kitchen table, at your place of work, designate a small box or a mason jar or a can. Take it, put a coin inside. Say this coin is going to go to somebody in need. Do that today, and do it again tomorrow, and do it again the next day. And give coins to your children. No one walks around with cash today, so make sure you get a lot of coins, a lot of change. Prepare yourself. Every day, as you wake up in the morning, take 1 coin and place it in the charity box. Teach your children to do this. Teach your friends to do this. When it's full, empty it out and give it to someone. Or take the entire can and give it to somebody who needs it. And do it again the next day. And do it again the next day. You do this, and all of a sudden, you find a place in your heart for love. You find a place in your heart for compassion, for empathy, for care. And you teach your children to do this, and your friends to do this, and they too will have compassion and empathy and care. And what's beautiful about light is that no matter how many candles you light from the original candle, no matter how many times you might take fire from one candle, that candle never loses its energy, never loses its mojo. It keeps going, and burning, and burning. Let us make this world a bigger, warmer, happier, more bright place. A place where our traditions and our faith don't only warm us,
for everyone who come in contact with it. Happy Hanukkah. I'd like to ask Rabbi Yosef Levertov, the director of Chabad of Austin, as well as the longest serving rabbi here in this great city, the capital of the great state. Rabbi Yosef Levertov, please share with us a few words and introduce the governor.
Thank you, Rabbi Mendy. This brings back memories from when we lit the menorah at the University of Texas. That was the first public lighting of the menorah in Austin. And Mendy was my helper as a little kid. So we're talking about years and years that we're doing it. This is all the lightings. They just wrote an article in the magazine that there's about 15,000 public lightings of the menorah throughout the world. We're not the first. In Australia they did it already. In all different countries, in China. But in Texas, this is going to be one of the first ones. There's a certain time when you have to start, and that's when the starting of the menorah, starting of Hanukkah begins. In continuation to what Rabbi Mendy said, I would like to say a little prayer with everyone. Cover your eyes and we'll say the Shema together. And we'll say a prayer for all goods that should happen. Say Shema Yisrael, Adonai, Eloheinu, Adonai, Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. This is a basic prayer, and it's phenomenal. So this is our, what is it, or so. We also have a menorah this year, in addition to the two menorahs here at the Capitol and at City Hall. We also have a new menorah at the Domain, and tonight there's going to be a celebration with the menorah at the Trail of Lights at 7:30. If you can make it, there's going to be a band and much fun. I want to remind everyone that this is a public lighting. It's a reminder. It's a big mitzvah. It's again to illuminate the darkness. The menorah in the temple actually had a window that shone out from the temple. The windows of the temple was built in such a way that the light goes outward, not inward. It didn't capture light. It shone out to the world. We're here to shine out to the world and to light up the world. Then we go home and light our own menorah. We have some menorahs and Chanukiot and candles available. Make sure to light tonight. Have it lit in your home, at your window, at the door, whatever your custom is, and celebrate. And don't forget the kids to give them, as Rabbi Mendy said, real coins also, besides the fake ones, real money, Hanukkah Geld. It's a custom, and it's a very special thing. The governors of Texas, ever since we have brought the menorah to the Capitol, they have participated. Rick Perry in his years, and Governor Greg Abbott was here. They're close friends. And they have, I'm sure the governor himself, the honorable governor, will himself elaborate his connection and the connection of Texas with our holy land, Israel. So without long speeches, I would like to introduce Governor Greg Abbott, a good friend of ours and a good friend of our holy land. I want to bless him with the blessing that he should have success and health and happiness, and together with his family until 120.
Well, thank you, Rabbi, very much. It's great to gather with you once again as we celebrate the magnificence of God, as well as we remember the resiliency of the Jewish community, especially at the time when the original Hanukkah celebration began. But let me first once again thank the Rabbi for including me in this, but also thank him for his friendship and his leadership in our community. I also want to take a moment and thank everybody in the audience here, whether you are Jewish or not. This is a time where all people can come together and celebrate this sacred, very important holiday. And so we're so pleased that so many people have shown up tonight. My only ask is this, and that is, if you're here tonight, come again next year, bring somebody else with you. This is a way that we are able to demonstrate the bond that we have between the people of Texas and the Jewish community across the entire world. And know this, that bond between the great state of Texas, between the United States and the Jewish community is powerful, enduring, and stronger than it's ever been. This is something that we've been able to build upon. Let me just give you one symbol of the bond. And that is, as many of you know, the U.S. Embassy in Israel has been moved to Jerusalem. What you may not know is that Texas sent a symbol of our connection with the Jewish community by sending a cornerstone plaque with the seal of the great state of Texas that will be displayed on the U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem, forever connecting the great state of Texas with Israel. I personally will be returning to the Holy Land next month, once again visiting Israel and seeing the location where the embassy will be, but also doing other activities in Israel, furthering our connection. But let me emphasize a little bit about our connection, because it's so important that everybody understand that we as a state and we as a country are forever intertwined with the Jewish world and Jewish history that led us to where we are. If you look at the early beginnings of the Jewish community and the early beginnings of Texas in America, there was the first iterations of the rule of law. And that's the principle upon which Texas is based, and that is why, as we gather tonight, on the other side of the Capitol is a monument of the commandments handed down by Moses that I fought and won in a battle at the United States Supreme Court. And because God was on our side in that fight, that monument still stands today with the recognition of the role that Moses and the rule of law have played in the state of Texas from its very beginning. But I would say more important than that, something that was dealt with in the battle of the Jewish community against the Greek Syrians that were trying to eliminate the Jewish community at that time from being able to celebrate their religion. From that time until this very day, there is the importance of celebrating and protecting and securing freedom of religion, so that others will not tell you, tell me, or anybody how we are to celebrate our religious beliefs in the United States of America. Just because we feel that way, however, does not mean that there are not others who daily try to tell us what we can and cannot do in our celebration and embracement of our own religious belief. And so we, as a community, the Jewish community and all religious communities, we all must bind together in perpetual defense of our sacred freedom of religion in the United States. And with that, let me just say that we remember and give thanks to God for the many blessings that we've all received over the past year. We thank God for the miracles that took place in the early years, thousands of years ago, but also the miracles yet to come. And I want to say, as governor of the great state of Texas, happy Hanukkah to everybody here and across the state of Texas. Happy Hanukkah.
Okay, well, the order of business is as follows. Are you ready? The governor will be honored with the lighting of the central candle. The shamash is being brought down as we speak. The shamash is the center candle. It is called the shamash because it is the servant candle. And therefore, we honor our most honorable, our highest office, our most public servant here in Austin, Governor. We honor the governor with the lighting of the shamash, the servant candle, the candle which then proceeds to light the rest of the menorah. The rest of the menorah, your candle. Yeah. To mix things up a little bit, make it exciting, we are going to do this. There's a tradition in which parents give their children, and teachers give their students, Sanavigelt, which is golden chocolate coins. We're going to make a very, very simple method, a simple thing like this. We're going to ask the children to come up over here, along this rope line, and the governor of on the outside of the rope line right over there, line up over here, and the governor is going to distribute some gold coins, chocolate gold coins. Start down the line over here and come walk this way. Start in line, then go back to your parents. Come on around. As soon as you got your gallant, you can go back to your seats. We are going to light the menorah in just a minute or two. When you get to your seats, you can ask your parents to open up the Chanukah for you, or you can open it yourself. All right. We are now prepared. Okay, we are going to ask Daniel Septimus to say, would you like?
If you have a sheet, please join with us in the blessings. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner she'el Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asa nisim avoteinu bayamim ha'ayim ha'azman hazeh. Shechianu Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shechianu v'kiyamanu v'kiyanu la'azman hazeh.
אני רב אחד, האמת שכל הברכות, ברכות רק כי הוא אבא של אבא שלי. אותו דבר.
Turn to page number 2 where there's songs at the top of the page. Sing along with me if you know the tune. If you do not know the tune, hum real smooth.
I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, then dreidel I shall play. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, then dreidel I will play. So, Chanukah, 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 Sevivahum, Sof, Sof, Sof. Simcha Avraham Neisrael Hayasham Simcha Hayasham Hayasham.
You want to do Hanukkah? Hanukkah, oh Hanukkah, come light the menorah.
Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora.
Gather round the table, let's have a Sevivot to play with and latkes will eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning bright. One for each candle shed as we light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night they shed as we light and remind us of days long ago. Happy Hanukkah, everyone! Happy Hanukkah! There's going to be, there are latkes and donuts and delicious food. Enjoy. If you did not yet get your Hanukkah counts for coins.
איפה אומרים?